Hello and welcome back to part 2 of our snot and saliva SOVL run. The sickness is so severe that it's spread beyond my physical condition and has moved to my hardware. My microphone broke, which is why, for anyone who was following along my kind of usual upload schedule, would have realised that this one's really late. It's because I had no recording options. I could have used the little headset microphone thing I had, but that's terrible, so I had to wait for the new one to arrive. So we'll also explain some change in audio quality. So in that last part, the good news is because it waited so long, I've had plenty of opportunity to see your amazing suggestions for our sick pun-based names. As it goes, Plague the Hulk, there's something I should have done out of hand and forgot to do, so this is outrageous that I didn't do this immediately. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all of this, but it's worth a try. There we go. Dwayne the Snot Johnson's back. Yeah, and you've already seen from the thumbnail, I'll make it that way, but it's perfectly fitting. There's a very good suggestion here for these. They're Rottweilers with one T. They get Rottweilers. Haha, very good. And then these two, the flies that everyone has collectively realised do negative damage and just fly around being annoying. So one of them will be the influenzas. And then I think, I don't know if we picked a second one for the other one. No, there was a good one. We'll use this. The Beelzebubs. Beelzebubs. There you go. The only thing that wasn't named was the Abyssal Prince. The big Lord of Contagion himself here hasn't been named yet. Although right at the end of the last part, we have enough stats with him now that he can actually help us in fights, which is convenient. Okay. So here's Act 2. I'm going to try and, again, move left and right and try and reach the end point here. Think about taking largely fights. There is 3 in a row if we want it, and then the shop. On this end, we want to aim for the campsite is healing before the boss is kind of a no-brainer. It's a difficult battle, so we still get experience. So everyone levels, and then you get your heals as well, which is quite nice. So probably up top, realistically, would be the way to go. Elites in Act 2 are, frankly, a pain in the neck because of how tough they are for the golden exchange, so maybe we'll just give those a miss. We can come this way. Do a few more random events. I usually avoid them quite a bit, so maybe a bit of alternation this time wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, we can go straight down the middle here. We can just take all these. So a couple fights, a couple random events, and then heal at the end. That seems good. Beast herd. Cough on them viciously. Right, they're going first. That's okay. You can fly. I think what I'll do is I'll use the flies over here just to distract what's over there, and then you, I guess, can distract what's there, and then all of you can take the middle and actually kill stuff. Or if one of these want to move around and let the Rottweilers flank them, that's fine too. They have more than us. There's very limited shooting, but I'm willing to ignore that. It's pretty small. Well, I could charge that chariot with the flies and see if I can slowly chip it to death. It should be possible. Is their shooting going to reach us is a question. I think so. I do actually have to be concerned, and of these two, that one worries me because the poor hounds are only 1 wound each. So let's poison you as fast as possible. Congratulations, you have plague now and can't shoot anything. These will just kind of come forward. I'm in no rush, I can just hang around here for a bit. Here they come. They're out of range. Their pathetic short bows can't reach us. Lucky. I could just run the dogs forward and slaughter them immediately. They, therefore, will probably move next, so it'd be a good idea to maybe plague those as well. And ruin their accuracy. Good. That's all of their range potential nerfed. Now here, I think I can use my Prince here to actually come kill that unit. It would allow them to shoot me, but they'll hit on like... So I have to... The issue is I have to get so close that I'll actually be reached by everything else, so no, rather I'll use the Prince to kill this one. Do me a favour and kill off those while we have the chance. Yeah, here they go. They tried to get forward but couldn't make it, so we can ignore them. And then the flies will get around next turn to... Should I put the flies into the front? What do we have? Better skill now because we've added one and taken one from them. Great, you've been outskilled by a fly. Haha. So 3s to hit, and we only have 6 attacks is the problem. It's woeful. So 4 hits on average, power 4 on the charge, defense 3. 2.66 wounds. We take 6 hits on average, power 3, defense 3. We take 3 wounds. They do more damage to us than us to them, even with the skill and the charge bonus. So no, we just have to go around. Maybe try and hit them in the back and break them that way. Comes their silly infantry line. I don't really care. Oh, they're after the flies. Okay. Are the dogs faster or slower than the chariot? I think they're a little bit faster from those cones, or it might be equal. If I charge them, they only get 4 attacks. And will only hit twice, so the dog unit should prevail, all things considered. Yeah, the chariots have so few attacks, I'm actually more inclined to fight them. But for now, I'll just do this. Can I get far enough away to escape the radius? I think so. Just in case I can't, I'll come this way instead. Easy. I'll flank that one. That leaves you. Well, if that's going to get flanked, I'll wait to see what that does and then move accordingly. Or because of the terrible way they've positioned this, you can take care of that already. I'll leave the dogs here. If that Mongol pack turns around to try and engage my prince, then I can recharge them. So I'm going to kill those for me. And you try and take a flank. You've got 15 wounds. Surely you can defeat a single chariot. I hold chariots as one of the worst unit types in the game, so that the flyers are going to test this thesis now. No, they've gone the wrong way. I'm not upset. Fine. They're after my flies, but it's 6s to hit. Even at that range, it's 6s to hit because of the plague. Cool, I take all 3 wounds. Fine. Ow. Now my turn. I'll activate you first, just to stall. I could heal him immediately, but let's let a couple turns pass and take some more damage. Okay, they're actually going to stay with the hound. So once I break and kill that, you can deal with the chariot as well. So we just need to focus on these. Now what will likely happen is they'll come towards the Hulk. So I'll have you come this way. Could flank this unit immediately and just be done with it. Yeah, I have 3 attacks each now, so I'm very, very vicious on the charge. I got lucky with a random stat on the Rottweilers. 3 attacks is great. That leaves you 2. I don't know why both of these are targeted. Well, I guess in theory, if they're both wasting their time chasing the flies around, that's a lot of the enemy strength on a unit. That doesn't really matter, so let's not stop them from doing so. Yeah, by all means, shoot me a few more times. What do I care? Were I to flank charge this, would I win? Throw the rock first. Again, we can easily game this out. I'm equal skill. I think I can upgrade that later to help me, but I will be power 7. So they only get to save on 6+, so it'll be 6 attacks. And I also have the blessing of decay for rerolls and putrid sense, so they have to reroll. Yes, I think I will just defeat this unit on my own. Go on, Dwayne. Show them what you got. Alright, 3s to hit. I'm still not decent hit roll and would like to reroll later, and then cruelty means they would have to reroll saves, but they don't make any, so that's irrelevant. I get 3s, I get to reroll mine because of unyielding, I take no damage. Kind of hope they get out of the way enough to charge the chariot. Okay, Beelzebubs, let's see what you can do. 2 hits, wonderful, and no damage. Great, am I actually going to lose this? No, it's a draw because he did a wound. The only reason we didn't start dying due to combat res is because of the... Oh, I see what happened there. That's very unlucky. I was fine on the charge, but because I was too close to the impassable terrain, I was pushed off the wall and into their charge arc. I'm not going to let them... Oh, it's a demon dog unit, so I can't run. Great, now I have to take all the damage. Fine, you got me. Well done. Kill the chariot. And you kill this block. You need to be careful with that. It looked okay, but if you're too close to these, the game will pop you away like that. It's quite irritating. Ow. Please stop shooting my flies. Pass. They're still after me and are now stuck behind themselves. That's genius. So the hounds, infuriating, won't heal. So again, I can just save this for an extra turn. They will rally. That's okay. The flies stand there and distract 40% of their army. Hey, good hit roll this time. But they have a 3-up save. So if you did that last turn, you would have done 3 wounds. But you've lost the power now, so you just lose badly. We lose another fly. So they're going to kill almost all the dogs. They're very fragile. 1 wound, defense 3. They can't take hits. But they'll probably win this fight due to their damage output. Yep. Okay. Now you lose. We needed them to break and run. The chariot actually survives. Probably run, given its morale. Yeah. And the Hulk. Snot them. So they rolled 6. So there's the beauty. So strength power 7 means they can only save on 6s, but because of the second tier of Blessing of Decay, they're then forced to re-roll them. So the only way they'll ever save a damage save is with double 6 or a 1 in 36 chance. Yeah, that's a nice combo. Oh, they held. Well done. Very brave Goatman warriors. Right. They're going to turn and shoot you, at which point I'll probably just ignore them and come around and help with one of these two. That one, likely. Yes, I know, I can't stop you. But I get a 3-up save re-rolling, so we're okay. Shall I heal this turn? It puts 5 wounds back on the flies, 5 wounds back on the flies. The Plague Hulk may take damage this turn, so I'm going to save it for next turn, as I'm confident there will be a next turn, so it's worth it. In that case, what I should have done is shot the Mongol skirmishers as I flew around. But I didn't. So there. Yeah, they couldn't. I knew they couldn't kill the flies, so we're fine. And they are trapped, so they're just going to stand there staring at them for all time. Hey, I did a couple of wounds, and I won. Take that, chariot. We won a combat. The flies have prevailed. The hound gets slaughtered. Sorry, Wattweiler. Bandit. So because we dropped to power 6 and the defense 4, they now get to save on 5-up. So their 5s are keeping them in it. At least I don't lose, so I don't start losing extra wounds. What am I more inclined to charge, this or this? We could charge and kill that and surround it, and then if this one tries to come over to me, I can rear charge them with the Plague Fires to lock them in place. So yeah, let's make this disappear. Missed every shot. Losers. Less so on that side. That's what we thought would happen. That's okay. We can hold them in place. I think either now or next turn when I start the healing. If I wait, I think I'll wait. There will be another turn and I will. Will they do 4 wounds and kill the fly? Probably not. I'm willing to take that gamble. Let's just do it now. 2, 3, 1. No idea which one the heals went on, but there you are. Dwayne. And he does better this turn. 4s, but they have to reroll. 4 hits. I take 2 wounds. Ouch. And then the Prince forces them to reroll, so that's enough to break their morale and cause the units to disappear. Now I have all my flies back because of the heal. How do I handle this mess? Well, one of you is going to have to kill the chariot. And then obviously something's going to have to help the flies. So let's use the Hulk to kill these. I'll recharge into that unit in a second. While I'm here, I may as well shoot this as well. Oh, not bad. I may be able to pick it off with the Prince. And then how do I do this? I've got better charge range, so I can deny the chariot its irritating charge just by doing this. Let's first try and pick it off. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Of course we will. Cruelty kicks in, so it has to reroll even those. Excellent. Right, well this side's no problem then, because you can easily kill that. So let's start at last coming over here to clean this mess up. Oh, they finally figured out how to inch forward, did they? Excellent work, guys. Well done. Flies do practically nothing. And then would promptly get murdered. out for Dwayne has arrived. You start killing the archers. They have no valid targets. You can't do much about the fly. Flies would lose combat, but Dwayne swings in our favour so we don't crumble. Yeah, they rolled a double 6 into a double 5, keeping them in the fight. Cheeky. Okay, so what happens here? Well, realistically, they're going to shoot the flyers once, and then I can probably get Dwayne onto them to kill them. They miss every time. Can't charge the flies there, so we'll ignore those. Would you come? They have to re-roll hits in combat, so it is worth charging them. They get 7 attacks with shooting or close combat at the exact same power, but they're just less accurate in the close-up due to having to re-roll everything. Because we smell really bad. The combat applicability of not showering properly. Oh, I took 2 wounds. Ouch. Double 1. And they're still there. Go away, skirmishers. Fly. Yeah, sure. Come up here. They're still going on. Much better. Finally. And then we stample for them. They got 1 hit. Oh, they did a wound. Annoying. The enemy are already routing this turn, so let's just hammer the spacebar and get through this. Don't at all care. And they will run off or whatever. I suppose now would have been the perfect time to hit the heal button. I want to save it. The campaign encourages you to save it for the end of battle, so you get all your health back. No, my poor Rottweilers. How many do we get back for free? Only 1 when you lose 5. That's pretty harsh. Because I thought you'd at least get 2, because you're allowed 3 back and you can heal the unit. Oh well. The Abyssal Prince leveled again. Recruiter, Shadow Bolt, or Coin Counter. Probably Recruiter. Would be nice. So when we get the new units, they can immediately upgrade their plagueness. The flies need the numbers just so it can be helpful. They obviously need numbers. And I think both of you are okay at that number of wounds. Yeah, that'll do. Protectors. Let's try and do a little bit better with the Rottweilers this time. Okay, first, they will have some shooting, but again, we can plague them heavily. For the units that can fly, we can just hop over the wall and start pressuring things. Although the flies are a bit unique in that they don't use their advantage aggressively. They're just going to stand and hover over stuff. So I'll put you there instead. You distract anything over there, and then you can come up and like go left or right and flank accordingly. Because there are archers we have to deal with, and more archers. Right, here's the priority. Mercifully, they've not used their archers first, so I have an opportunity to plague them. Of these, I would rather they shoot everything into Felagor as we can re-roll our saves. So let's just throw ourselves into the rangers as fast as possible. I do have to account for those riders over there and their speed. So first things first. Get down with the sickness. Am I happy to take them on in a direct if I just take the headlong charge? I think so. I can't really outposition them any other way. I'll have to do. Ah, they got a shot on my dogs. There goes most of them again. You'll shoot this. They get to reroll their hits, which is annoying. The rangers, they're super accurate. So even with Plague on, they hit 9 of 10 times on a 4-up. I take 3 wounds, which is actually 2. Yeah, it hurts. Okay. On an ideal world, I would have had you charge this one, and then the Hulk could charge that, but I can't manage it. I suppose I could throw the dogs at them and try and get into their side arc. Can flies defeat an eagle? The skill is a hopeless mismatch. We're not going to do any better. Again, I will plague these. Stop shooting me so effectively. As an alternative, what I could do is put this here, and then if they come towards me, I can counter them with the flies. We don't care about their melee units at all. Now, if the dogs run this way, in the hope that maybe I can hit these archers in the flank. Oh, not quite. I need to move further. Like so. There you go. Did it. As long as we don't get obviously intercepted by... Oh, the unit's dead. We got picked off exactly. Okay, never mind. What do I want the flies to do? I could recharge the Deepwood Riders just to tie them up and maybe break them in combat. If not, at least I don't have to bother with them anymore. These are shooting my flies. I don't care. Let's just have you distract them for a million turns again. Unfortunately, I can't reach that. Fine, you make do. Oh, that means that the archers are going to shoot my poor flies and do a lot of damage. Not much I can do about that. Leaves this unit. Who is their target going to be? It's an interesting question. Well, no matter who they target, I can just fly away from them. So let's... Again, I'd much rather hit this, so I'll come this way. That charge is fine. I do have a shadow bolt I can fire. Who's it best into? Probably the archers, because I'm not going to kill a huge number in combat. I have a limited number of attacks. Again, I'll have to stop these with the flies. If they get far forward enough, maybe I'll try hitting them with a side charge to see if I can break them. They're only defense 3, so they're not too hard to hit. Yeah, good old poison kicking in. We are stuck with them for a while at least. Oh, they reached me. Oh, of course they did. I was going to intercept them with the... That was as planned. Let's just pass a bunch. This is the least threatening unit in their army. Disregard that. Do I heal now? You've taken 3. You've taken 4. You've taken... Okay, every Gift of Decay unit in the army is taken enough to justify it, so no wasted potential. Even if I rolled 3 on everything, it would be worth it. But yeah, good numbers, 2 through 3. Now I think is the time to try and get rid of this unit. If I succeed, it's amazing. The hit roll is a bit unfortunate, but we are very chunky. Dwayne will defeat you in the end. Can I break this unit? That would be very useful. Not when you only do 1 wound. Hey, they did it. Good. We're never going to get charged by the eagle. It just means that I'm not going to have to deal with a double charge. Okay, they rolled 4 saves, which is none. Thank you, Cruelty. Upgrading the virality of our diseases. So the question is, do I stay with the archers to kill them, or do I ignore them in favour of maybe coming over here to kill the eagle instead next turn? Well, thinking logically, these will die, and then I could maybe use... Dwayne might be able to catch those to charge them. It depends on angle. I think I would rather the prince be active. I could just shoot them once and do a bit more damage. Good, they're moved into a spot that doesn't matter. Archers rally. Yeah, everything rallies. They've got high discipline. So what I'll do instead is So I'll fire at these. I could even hit those in the side if I wanted, but they're the juicier target. I need to think about this a little bit. I can't assume this will work. We'll just ignore that for now. Rather here. Could walk forward and charge them. I could disregard all of this. Having the flies free means I can use them to distract units, which is quite useful. So let's just do this quickly. Kill you and get on the move on. Still one left. Let me guess this one is going to hold me in place. Oh, there we go, finally free. Can't quite catch the riders, so I have to take the melee unit. I lose by a whole bunch. And I lose another 3 wounds, so I took effectively 6 wounds. I need you to do damage right now. That's a good shout. Save it will be good. Okay, so we win by a fair bit. This is the only turn they'll run. We got them. Good work, flies. If you try really hard, we can just about break a light cavalry unit. I could charge them, but do I want to fight this? Elven Mastery means they're re-rolling at missed attacks. They have really high skill. When you get a 3-up save. Actually, they're pretty horrible for me to fight. I'm going to ignore them. I'll just let the flies distract that while I kill other stuff. This unit can now come in to help, which is a big deal. Yeah, I'm not fighting you. Get lost. Interesting. So the riders on the flies and the dancers are after Dwayne. I guess what I can do is I can just... I need to move a bit further back. I think I can just about fit between the two and pull this off. So I can clearly see them and it's going to be a side charge. Good, I've got them. Throw the rock as well. That gives me a little more wiggle room, that's nice. Ranger rallies, we don't care. And then you're trapped, so we can ignore that unit and have the flies fly over here. Wow, the eagle's actually going to survive this turn. Hurry up, please. If you're curious what these arch units are doing, they've clearly locked onto these 2 targets, but because we're locked in combat, the AI isn't smart enough to realise that, oh, I can't target that, I guess I should shoot something else. Nope, I'm just going to sit here and stare at the active combat. Okay, so they've moved into a really annoying position because they've actually caught my poor Plague Hulk. And it's far harder to get wounds back on you than anything else, so I'm going to have to save it by sacrificing flies into this unit now. They moved just an inch further forward, we would have been okay. As it stands, I'm going to have to get minced. Stop shooting me. 1 ranger. I think I'm going to trust the 2 flies to defeat 1 ranger, surely. It has 2 attacks with superior skill, so they hit on 3+. Does it get to reroll? I think it's only in long range. Oh, we've only got 2 more attacks. We would have better power but worse accuracy. It's kind of an equal battle, but on average I should squeeze through 1 wound, so I'll have the Hulk turn around and fight these when they inevitably turn around in a second. Here's a solution. Dwayne, shoot that for me, quickly. Oh, I have to be careful now. If I go forward to do the shot, then I can't actually stop movement. I think you still have a shadow bolt round I can throw out, so I think I'm okay. I can't do this, because if I come over here to get the angle, I won't be able to charge them next turn. Guess I could do that. No, I won't be able to catch them. Okay, leave it. That frustratingly allows them to do a wound, so I lost my 2 attacks. Great. Kill this one, please. Cough, cough, cough. The triple cough. And then come over here. Get rid of those. They're back. I'll use the 1 Beelzebub. Get in their way. We actually won combat. Way to go. I mean, honestly, I'm inclined not to throw poor Dwayne in. I think I'm going to take so much damage from this unit. They'll do what? They get to reroll all their attacks. So they hit on 3s rerolling with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 attacks. So they'll hit 10 initially and then reroll the 5 they missed for an. They'll get 13.333 hits or something like that. And then power 3, defense 3. I get a 4-up save. 6.5, 6 point. Like 6.66666 wounds. And then I do very little back and then he won't do 6. I'll probably lose and then he takes like crumble damage and dies. So no, I'm going to wait for the flies to die completely and then I'll charge these 2 in to deal with them. I still have this to shoot, so I might as well shoot you while I'm here. All counts for the morale depletion. Well done. Okay. There's their 13 hits, and there's their... Yeah, dead. So I would have killed... I had to do... The flank gets me 1, and if Dwayne did 3 wounds, it's a draw. 4, I win. It's an insane risk to take. Why do I take a huge amount of damage on poor Dwayne? It's one of those fake waverings. Alright. Yeah. I gotta play. The Rottweiler's problem is because they're so fragile, they just get looked at by something and killed. 4 is a bit low. I'll take 1 more. That's obviously not usable. 3. The flies here have leveled. Skill, yeah, why not? Oh, but you could do wounds, become 6. Occasionally hitting stuff in a way that actually allows me to beat it isn't awful. So a little bit of skill for some competency. You're full HP. I just need all the healing I can get. Okay, and then that's enough battles. I think I'll try a random event. Circle of Power. Okay, Primal Fury. So target has +1 power and rerolls missed attacks. So make one of our guys stronger. Arcane Web, freeze an enemy in place. Or 1,000 Mouse, which is a ranged attack. That's kind of rubbish. These 2 are really good. In terms of direct damage, +1 power and rerolling all attacks would be useful on what? Could use it on the dogs, maybe even the flies to make them kind of, for a single turn, the flies could actually be competent in battle. But I think the better use, the strategic option, is Arcane Web. So you pick an enemy and reduce its movement to 0. Couple benefits to that. One, obviously, is that they can't move that turn, but more importantly, it also kills any potential charges they could try and execute the next turn. So you cut them out and make it very easy to outposition them or like blow a hole in the enemy army. So web and shot. More flies. Okay, so sadly that's a non-green unit. The Archdevils nowadays, I believe, come with the God of War ability, so they count as red. So no, it's got to be more fairly useless flies. All right. And then here's our stat options. Wounds always take Blessings of Decay. That leaves me with 1, 1, 6. I don't want Shroud on Dwayne. That's not great. So up here. Now our skill. What is our skill on the Prince? It's a good question. Currently there's skill 5. So the highest enemy skill you ever encounter in the game is skill 5 as well. Theoretically, they might put magic on you to make it skill 6, but realistically, up at skill 5 means you're hitting everything on at least 4s or 3s. So I can't afford both of these, which is a crying shame. So would I prefer +1 to hit or making myself permanent extra power and defense? That'll make me power 6, defense 6, which is a really nice break point for defense. It makes us quite tough. 2-up saves against all of things, and then permanent power 6 when I don't have any other access to power is good as well. I think I'm actually going to forego the hits and go with unnatural power. 41, I'll just save the 41, that's not very useful. And then do we fight or take a heal? Well, we're basically full HP, so the heal is a bit lame. I think we try this battle. Against some raiders. Me first. Flies, flies, flies. Now we have another unit of flies to name. Someone wants to come up with a dodgy name for them. Beelzebubs, just take the flanks and distract stuff. You can fly over the middle. You can fight anything serious there, and you just get in the way of other things as well. Yeah, my actual. In fact, what I probably should do is put the real heavy hitters all on this side, kill everything over here first, and then come over here to focus on this. Yeah, the least valuable unit will serve as a distraction piece. Everyone else do actual work. Yeah, because we have a lot of horsemen to get through. That's 40 wounds of horse. The dogs might actually be beatable with the flies because they've only got 1 wound each. Yeah, we're still super weak, so probably not. Well, I could deny them their charge and then just throw the prince into them because I'm now defense 6 and they're only power 3. When they don't charge, I get a 2-up rerollable save, so they don't do anything to me. Because they've wasted both the dogs' movement, I can ignore them now. Yeah, we're nice and far away from terrain so we don't get pushed off. That cavalry unit is stuck. I could net that unit immediately so it can't move. So when I do break it in combat, it then runs off the field. Yeah, I will do that. I'm going to immediately arcane web this so it can't move at all. And then put myself far enough forward to immediately charge them. I think that's far enough away from that unit to avoid their arc, but let's just make sure. That's the maximum distance there. I am touching them. Don't care about that. Rottweilers this way. Yeah, they went the wrong way anyway, don't worry about it. I can reach them immediately with Dwayne, which is quite nice. Yeah, why not? I will plague this unit momentarily, as reducing its skill will be useful later, but for now this will suffice. Throw a rock at them. You see, this horseman unit doesn't have a charge radius because they have no movement, so they are stuck and just have to take it. Good as planned, we'll kill off this entire flank super fast. Reduce the skill of your enemy so you can hit them effectively. Yeah, the dogs do their dog shuffle. Start coming around this way. And then the Beelzebubs, I guess, can come back towards this direction. What is the AI doing? Right, no heal is necessary. Plague also not necessary, so we'll wait. Freeze. It would have been 2, so I would have got 1 extra hit, but we'll make do. And Thor's, and now defense 6, so it's a 2-up save, re-rolling once. There you go. Unnatural power immediately kicking in and proving its value. They break, and for some reason they managed to somehow not charge off the field. Reroll 6s helps. They get no hits because they have to reroll. Now we're stacking enough benefits on these now that I can just start doing some real damage. I guess I should just stay on them until they're gone. Or maybe I can use the Rottweilers for that. That's a better use. Yep. I'll have Dwayne come this way. The Rottweilers can do that. You can charge this. Otherwise they're not doing anything. They probably on average do more damage than Dwayne. And all their teeth. Just charge into them wherever they wind up. The dogs, well, if you kill this, I guess I could lure them out enough such that Dwayne might be able to charge them, so let's come this way. I do rally, no problem. Heal and plague, still not necessary for any reason. And then these flies, of course. Shall I lure them this way? Yeah. See if I can get them into a good spot to be recharged by the prince later. Good hit. Yes, the hit roll is the only thing that might not go our way. If you get unlucky and roll. For some reason, because they're running straight along the board edge, they're staying on the field. Fine, we'll get them this turn. Disappear. Forward shuffle the dogs. Back shuffle the flies. They're after you. In fact, I should probably move you further back so they come further forward to try and actually catch them. Give Dwayne an angle. You're going the wrong way. So ideally I'd like them to be looking towards us over here. So if I spend the turn... I just go forward. They'll kind of turn to me and I'll try and get behind them this way. Something. A chew. Sorry, I sneezed so hard I killed 2 of you. Fairly consistent damage. On 6 dice, the average hit is 4, so that's pretty good. And he's hitting on 3s because we've sickened the poor axeman. And they're trying to run, but they're just stuck against the wall, so that's just, we're just going to charge and repetitively kill them over and over again. Again. Right. I need to wait for these to move before I start doing stuff, so let's do this first. Good, now I know where everything is. Can I fit into the side to catch them? Maybe. It's a little bit awkward because I might get bounced off the terrain again. I have to be quite far away from that to be safe. That's a decent bit of separation. That should be okay. I've definitely reached them. Yes, that should be good. If extraordinarily lucky, these 3 will die. It's a shame. That means they get 4 attacks into me instead of 2, having the 1 extra one alive. Okay, that's an easy charge. And you're trying to pursue that unit. Okay, I think if I'm lucky, I can maybe draw their attention onto the flies by doing this. So you're going to come this way and hit this unit in the side. And if we're very lucky, I can even shoot them. Ah, they're out of range, unfortunate. I'll just have to make do with charging this one then. The reason I was happy to... Yes, I killed that one, but that one being dead means it doesn't preclude me from charging them. The back rank is technically still alive, so it's a valid target. These empty squares count as a chargeable thing. Oh, it's a weird charging empty space, but hey, it works. I will plague this one. So again, Dwayne hits it super accurately. Good, that's what I wanted. They're wasting their time chasing the horde around. They failed to... Ah, I forgot to charge them. They failed to rally. Oops. Just so irrelevant, I kind of disregarded it over there. Can I slip by and squeeze in here? No. Dog's too well rounded. Don't escape. Do take a wound. Understandable. But dog discipline isn't necessarily amazing. All of that entire flank basically crumbles. At this point, I'm basically home free. I could charge that now, but I can get an even better charge momentarily, so let's leave it. This is now purely an exercise in taking absolutely minimum damage. Of course, you turn to face the best possible target. I'd rather you be locked onto the flies. Maybe I can get them to take the bait and look the wrong way. Some Rottweilers. And over here. Fly over, come around. I have no idea what I'm doing on this side. Just shoot that. Let's just go shoot the dogs a bit. The unit of Axemen doesn't interest me at all. I suspect this may be one of the last turns, so I'm going to use the heal now to fix the Plaguehawk. Although I needn't even bother because he gets one back for free at the end of the battle anyway. So he's going to be full HP regardless. But I could have absolutely charged both flies into it there, as even if they did all 4 wounds into the one in the side, I have 5 each, so I can't lose one. Yeah. Send in the flies next turn if there is a next turn. Good dog damage. And now we finish them off. Oh, they're routing this turn anyway. Okay. We're doing this purely to spread our generous sickness around. Particularly into units that can't fight back. Do this purely for morale-based reasons. Arrest. Hey, my fly's won. Who would have done? I'll do that again in a second. Dogs have at last finished off that unit after, what, 5-6 turns of combat? So the single entity will heal, which is nice. And everyone else is kind of... Hey, we finally finished a battle with a decent amount of HP left. Flies leveled again. More skill, so I can go up to skill 4. Ooh, skill 4 flies. Or more wounds. I think realistically, all they do is take damage. So let's just take the wounds. We can do that later. And these hounds have leveled. I can have more of them, which is, I think, is a good idea because I'm lacking teeth. Yep. And Dwayne leveled again. Skill 4 is really nice because it means he can hit consistently with his attacks are precious, so the more I can land, the better. Gold for everyone who's healthy. And I think that's it. We can stop there. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, please do consider liking and subscribing. It does, of course, help share the video around and helps out SOVL by serving as a marketing team. We have a unit of flies and the prince left to name, so you come up with any kooky names, that'd be great. Or if you just want to chat with me in the comment section, that's great too. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.